In this video, this is the part 3 video for the lexical analyzer, a language for specifying lexical analyzer. Under that we are seeing about lex. So this is the already we have seen about first 2 topics, and that we have to see about the overall structure here. So how it works. The parser calls the lexical analyzer. Whenever the parser is going to produce a parse tree, it calls the lexical analyzer for tokens. And the lexical analyzer, what it will do, once it receives the call from the parser, then only it starts reading its remaining input one character at a time until it finds the longest prefix input that matches the one of the pattern pi. Whatever pattern rules you have specified, if the character is matching with the pattern, it identifies that token and it gives to what? Parser. Who will give to parser? The lexical analyzer part will give to parser. Who will call the lexical analyzer? The parser will call the lexical analyzer for tokens. On receiving the call only, the lexical analyzer will do all these operations. It matches with the pattern. Once it gets matches with the pattern, then it executes associated action. What are all the rules it gets matched? For that match rules, it has to take the associated action. That AI will be returned to what? The parser. Okay, if it finds the pattern, then it returns the associated action to the parser. If doesn't find any of the pattern, what it will do? It will see if not a pi, that is if not pattern is matched. So when it will not get matched, it must be a white space or it must be a command, then only it will get not matched with the pattern. So if it isn't matched, then it proceed to the next lexeme. It will start following with the next lexeme, right? So this is the overall working of how the parser, that is the Yacc and the lex, interacts with each other for producing the parse tree. Okay, and the third topic is conflict resolution in lex. Always prefer a longer prefix to a shorter prefix. So this is what the lexical phase rule. And then if the longer possible prefix matches 2 or more patterns, prefer the patterns listed first in the lex program. So you have to prefer what? The first pattern whatever is listed over in the program. And the next topic is look ahead operator. So let me consider 2 different, in a Fortran program we are having 2 different instructions. If I comma j equal to 3 if. So in this case if is a keyword, and in this case if is not a keyword. So this is an array name. Okay, array name followed by 2-dimensional index with the array size. Okay, let us consider how the compiler is going to differentiate these two. This is the array name and this is the keyword. How it is going to differentiate these two? It will check for I. It will not come to a conclusion that it is going to be a keyword again. It checks for F. So it is looking ahead, it checks for F. Again it will not come to a conclusion. On seeing the next input only, it has to conclude that it is going to be a keyword or the array name. Again it comes to open parenthesis. Here also open parenthesis, open parenthesis. What it will do? Okay, this is not going to be a keyword, or it may be a array name, or it may be a keyword. It suggests like that. Then it identifies I and it here identifies C. So now also it will not conclude, it has to look ahead so for the conclusion. So again it will go for comma symbol. Once it reaches the comma symbol, it will identifies that something is going to happen here. This is not the keyword. If it's not the keyword, instead it must be an array name, so that I am getting a comma here. It is an index. So these two separators, the 2 values separated by comma is going to be the index, 2-dimensional index like that. Okay, so it will identify like that. Now it announces that if is an array name. But in the case it is having what? Lots of character, and at last it identifies what? The close symbol. On reaching the close symbol, it will identify that this is the keyword for checking a condition. Like that, this is what called as look ahead operator. On seeing, the look ahead operator helps in identifying whether if is a keyword or array name. Thank you.